I fucking hate losing to the goddamn Packers. But this time it was different. Let's talk about it. Welcome back to Timmy Talks. Today we'll be breaking down the Week 14 matchup of the Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers. If you're here for the film breakdown, you can just skip to this part of the video. Right now, we're just going to do a quick game recap. So the Bears walk into Lambeau Field and go toe-to-toe with the Packers, but coming up short once again, losing the game 28-21. It's another tough loss for the Bears against the Packers, but this one was different. The Bears started this game as flat as a pancake. In their first 3 drives, they only had 11 plays, and it resulted in only 10 yards of offense and found themselves down 14-3 at halftime. Now, the Bears of the past would have just laid down, just given up, rolled over, and had the Packers just steamroll them after they were dominating the Bears all first half. This team's got the belief that they can win any game. Doesn't matter if it's rain, snowing, if they're down 20, if they're up 30, it doesn't matter. They're gonna come out and play every play as hard as they can and play until the very final whistle. And that's what I love about this team, because after being down 14-3, the Bears come out in the second half firing. In their first 3 offensive drives, they went for 34 plays for 184 yards for 2 touchdowns and a field goal, and found themselves tied 21-21 in the fourth quarter. It was an incredible comeback. The boys were fucking playing their hearts out, but at the end of the day, defense just came up short, gave up a game-winning touchdown late in the fourth quarter. And Caleb Williams in this offense, they were driving, they got really close into the end zone, they got into a 4th and 1 situation, they put themselves in a position to win the game, but it came up short. And it fucking hurts, and it fucking sucks, especially because it's against the stinky Green Bay Packers. But hey, that's football. The Packers are a Super Bowl favorite team. The Bears weren't supposed to be this good, but they found themselves in a position where they could steal the game away in Lambeau, but they weren't able to execute. For me, it came down to 4 critical defensive breakdowns. We'll get into those in the film review. If the offense started this game better in the first half, I don't know. It would have been really interesting to see what would have transpired, because the defense played the Packers well in the first half. They kept them into the game. They shut them out in the first quarter, minus the 2 plays that we'll get into. They played really well. And then even in the second half, the defense continued to play well. They did a good job containing the Packers for the most part. But then it was another 2 plays in the second half that ended up costing them the game. Montez Sweat did have a sack. CJ had an interception, which is great. Unfortunately, those both happened on the first drive. You kind of wish that some of this good stuff's happening later in the game and or throughout different drives. But that's okay. Like, this Bears team, they put up a fight. They did a fantastic job. Other than the first half for this offense, this team was firing on all cylinders. They're dominating in the run game. The passing game was better this game than it's been in the past. There's just a couple plays where they missed, but that's the difference in the NFL. That's the difference between winning and losing in a playoff matchup. So I'm really excited for the experience that this team has gained with this game. And I don't know. I got a feeling in my body that if this team makes the playoffs, I think they're going to make a run. I don't think any NFC team wants to be playing the Bears in January, because this team is built for playoff football, and I'm really excited. But the problem is, you got to get there first. The 7th seed is looking like you need 11, 12 wins to make it into the dance. So the Bears are not on cruise control. They got the Browns next week, then the Packers again, then the Niners, then the Lions. I feel like you have to win 3 of those 4 games to have a potential chance to make the playoffs, because the Lions are in the hunt, the Packers are really good, the Seahawks, the Niners are all freaking 9, 10 wins. It's insane, the NFC playoff picture. You're gonna have a couple 10-win teams might not even make the playoffs. So it's insane and pivotal that the Bears focus on their next opponent, go 1-0, control what they can control, and win the games that they play. It sucked that they lost to the Packers, but the future's bright with Ben Johnson and this team. So that's just a quick game recap and my reactions to it. But let's get into the film room and break down the critical plays that lost the Bears the game. Here's the first defensive breakdown for the Chicago Bears. It's 3rd and 10, so Dennis Allen's going to crowd the line. Who's coming? Who's going? Is it man? Is it zone? I don't know. And what unfortunately ends up happening is Jordan Love finds Christian Watson on a post against Kevin Byard for a 23-yard touchdown. Hate to see it for the Bears. Let's break it down. So what Dennis Allen called is a 7-man pressure. You got all these guys blitzing, got all these guys trying to get to Jordan Love, and then on the back end, you're just man-to-man. It's cover 0, so it's one-on-one. You got to win your rep. Do not lose. Unfortunately, you got CJ up here who ends up pushing Montez Sweat onto the ground, and then Jalen Johnson is man-to-man on this tight end. Once this tight end decides to block, I don't know what Dennis Allen wants his defenders to do. Usually what happens, if you're man-to-man and your man stays in to block, you do what is called a green dog and you blitz. You bring the extra hat, because if Jalen Johnson does blitz, he's the free runner. No one is accounting for him because the Packers end up blocking 7, so they pick up this pressure up really well. But then you have Jalen Johnson out here, his man's blocking, he's guarding grass, he's doing nothing. If he comes and adds on to the blitz, he's the one that's going to pressure Love. Maybe he gets him off his spot. Maybe he makes him have to throw it away, or just makes it a harder throw for him to convert, because out here you got Kevin Byard who's flat foot going against a very fast Christian Watson on a simple skinny post who's running full speed at him. It's just a mismatch. There's no way Kevin's going to be able to stop this. Jordan Love, all he has to do is just throw it up in the air and lead Watson for an easy touchdown. But it's just the little things. It's the little details. I don't know if Jalen Johnson's supposed to come, but at this moment, why are you not adding? Because you're not guarding anyone. You're not defending any players. You're man-to-man on the backside. All these guys are man up. Why are you not adding to the blitz and forcing Jordan Love to have to make a quicker decision? Maybe he checks it down to 11, and then he gets tackled by Brisker and is short for the 3rd. Or maybe they convert. Either way, you're not giving up a 23-yard touchdown pass that he just easily just flicks to him. It's frustrating. It sucks to see, but I'm not in the defensive room, so I don't know if Jalen is actually supposed to trigger or not. Just watching film, you just want him to, because if he triggers right now, go. He's going to get to Love. He's going to put pressure on him. At the very worst, you force Love to move out of the pocket, off his spot. He's not able to hit Christian Watson in stride. And who knows, maybe it's an incompletion. Maybe the Packers pick up a 1st down. But ideally, they don't get a touchdown. Also, what doesn't help is you have your blitzer coming out here, pushing Montez Sweat down to the ground. So you already lose another rusher, which is just so frustrating. Like, why are we pushing our own players? Makes the Packers' life a lot easier to block all this up when they don't have to block another guy. It's these little details, these little things that the Bears do that ended up in a touchdown, and it always gets exposed against the Packers, which is even why it's more frustrating. But it is what it is. It's not the end of the world. You live on to play another down because it's early in the game. You still have chances to make stops. It's just, this is a big one on 3rd and 10 where you want to get a stop and get off the field and just force a field goal versus giving up a big touchdown like this. Now, this second defensive breakdown is even more heartbreaking. There's only 45 seconds left before halftime. The Packers are at midfield. They have 3 timeouts, so they're able to use the whole field, but the Bears just give up a 45-yard touchdown on this play, and it's just inexcusable. With this much time left on the clock, you have to find a way to prevent them from scoring. Ideally, if at the worst, you only give up 3 points, but giving up a touchdown like this is just unacceptable. So what are the Bears doing? So what I think ends up happening is the Bears get into a inverted Tampa 2. Johnson's going to drop back, be a deep half. Brisker's going to be a deep half here. Byard's going to slide over and be kind of like a middle deep defender. McLeod's going to come over in the flats. Wright's going to be in the flats. Our linebacker's going to be a hook curl, and Montez Sweat's going to drop into a hook curl as well. And then the Packers, they're just running 3 verticals. So Brisker is over here on an island having to defend 2 verticals, and then Kevin Byard just finds himself in no man land where he's not defending the number 3 or 2 receiver, and then the 2 receiver just gets in between Brisker and Byard and goes in for a touchdown. Doesn't help that the Bears get zero pressure on this play. You see they rush forward. Jordan Love has a clean pocket all day and is able to just throw his receiver open. You just hate to see this. I don't know exactly who's responsible for what, but you can see like right here, Byard like looks and sees number 2 going vertical. So he's looking at number 3 now, and he's kind of playing the eyes of the quarterback. He looks over again. He loses number 2 receiver because he's behind him. He's in no man's land. Briscoe's covering a deep half, and he's just way too far. Great play call by the Packers. Great execution by them. The Bears, this is just unacceptable. Like, you just can't allow this to happen, especially this close to the end of the first half. You cannot be giving up 6 like this. Like, you got to make them earn it, make them go all the way down the field, but they give up a big play. And this is, again, another huge explosive play that they gave up to the Packers, which was a huge difference in this game. You make this if you make them only kick a field goal and you go into half only down 3-10 versus 14-3. Yes, they eventually do come back in the second half, so it kind of is a wash. But if you don't give up 7 here, then it's a completely different game. And so just another defensive breakdown, another big touchdown, long touchdown that they gave up, and it just ended up costing them in the end. Here's the third defensive breakdown by the Bears. It's 3rd and 3. Dennis Allen's going to crowd the line of scrimmage, and it's classic. Who's coming? Who's going? Is it man? Is it zone? I don't know. But this play ends up for a 41-yard touchdown to Christian Watson on just a simple slant concept. Just unacceptable. It's cover 1. You're man-to-man. You can't lose your rep like this, and CJ unfortunately does. So what it is, again, Kevin Byard up top, man-to-man. Cover 1, you got someone on the safety, you got a linebacker on the running back, and then everyone else is just playing the run. It's a great play action pass by the Packers, and find one of their top receivers for an open pass, and he was just able to run away from anyone. The big breakdown in this play is Byard. Like, he's been playing lights out throughout the year, but this play, he's going to want it back. For whatever reason, he breaks so hard outside. He's trying to read Jordan Love's, but because of that, he just gets over pursued. He loses his angle, and Watson's able to just run into the end zone. Ideally, you want Byard to stay in the middle of the field. Like, instead of taking these 2 hard steps that he's taking right now, you stay in the middle in between the hash. You're able to come, take an angle, and get Christian Watson down. Yes, they convert the first down, but again, you're not giving up a 41-yard touchdown. You're not giving up another explosive touchdown path to the fucking Packers. Instead, you fucking wrap up, you make a tackle, and you fight to live another day. Maybe you're able to string a couple good plays and make them kick a field goal and not take the lead of 21-11 at this point in the game. Your offense is doing well. You just need to help them out, and the defense just did not show up when they needed to show up. You fucking hate to see it. The D-line is playing the run on this play-action pass, so you can't really expect them to get much of a pressure. You just got to win your one-on-one. CJ, once again, loses his one-on-one. They're picking him apart all game. They're taking advantage of his coverage. And as good as he is in the run, as good as he's been playing the last couple weeks, he got taken advantage of this game. And you hate to see it. Like, it just sucks. There's really nothing more you can do except Byard not taking those 2 hard steps to the outside for whatever reason, putting himself in a better position to make a tackle so they can fight another down. Now, this is the play that lost the Bears the game. It's 3rd and 2. If you get a stop here, you force the Packers to have to make a very tough decision in a 21-21 ball game. Do they go for it on 4th down, or do they take the points and kick the field goal? But the Bears do not do that. Instead, they make a piss-poor attempt at tackling, and Josh Jacobs goes out for 21 yards, and the Packers end up scoring the game-winning drive later in this drive and win the game 28-21. This play is unfucking acceptable. Look at this shit. It's just a toss play where they leave Montez Sweat. You gave a 2nd-round pick. You gave this man a big contract because he's a big-time player, right? He's a big-time player. Juked out of his fucking shoes. Miss a tackle. But don't worry. You got 2 more defenders here and Jalen Johnson over here. You got 3 defenders all around Josh Jacobs that could potentially make a tackle short of the line of the game. And then if he does get it, who cares? You live another down. But fucking Dexter, who is so frustrating because he was playing such a great game. He was such a havoc in the run and passing game, just makes this fucking piss poor of attempt of a tackle by trying to shoulder Josh Jacobs, one of the strongest running backs in the league, by not trying to wrap him up. Like, what the fuck are we doing? What the fuck are we fucking doing? Why the fuck are we getting juked out our shoes? Why the fuck are we not wrapping up? Why the fuck are we not bringing this man down? Why the fuck are we doing this shit? Piss poor effort, piss poor attempt by this fucking defense, and this cost the Bears the fucking game. You had fucking the offense going crazy, and this is how you reward them on defense? This is the effort that you give? This is what you're trying to do when the game's on the fucking line? Bullshit! Fucking bullshit! Motherfuckers, this shit pissed me the fuck off. Like, why the fuck are you not wrapping him up? What the fuck are you doing? How does he go for 21 yards on this fucking play? Unacceptable. Unfucking acceptable. I can't believe it. This is the play that lost the Bears the fucking game, and it's fucking irritating. God fucking damn it. Fuck you, Josh Jacobs. Now, everyone's going to be talking about the 4th and 1 play. I want to highlight the 3rd and 1 play that made it 4th and 1, and by the amazing, awesome play by Kingsley Egnagbare that he makes on this 3rd down and essentially wins the Packers this game. If Kingsley doesn't make this play, the Bears get a 1st down, and they're potentially, with all the momentum that they got, win the game and or tie it. But I fully believe that if the Bears score, Ben Johnson's going for 2 for the win. But it's a huge play by Kingsley. He's on the backside of this run, and he just finds his way into the gap and sticks Kyle Monangai for a 0-yard gain. Or this play made Ben want to go into play action. He felt the Packers were committing fully on the run on 4th down, so he thought a play action would work. But what a fucking hell of a play. Kingsley, he's going to fight off the guard, find his shuffle through the line and meet Kyle Monangai in the hole, and bang, hit him for a 0-yard gain. If Kingsley's not here to make this play, there's no one, everyone else is blocked up. There's no way Kyle Monangai doesn't get the 1 yard that he needs. So shout out to Kingsley, winning the game for the Packers, a huge play. Lastly, I'm going to show the 4th and 1 play. I want to highlight and talk about some things that I've seen online about people talking. First and foremost, Caleb Williams is not running this. He's got way too many defenders chasing him. Second off, DJ Moore at no point is open in this play. There's been a couple of people saying that, oh, if I pause it right here, DJ Moore's open. No, sir. Again, Caleb Williams got 2 defenders in his face. Thirdly, can Caleb get to Cole Kmet sooner? Yes. But by the time he recognizes that Swift is not open, and then he can't run it, now he's now looking at Kmet, sees him open. Once he sees Kmet open, he takes his 1-2 throw. He goes as fast as he can. This ball is just slightly underthrown. He should have freaking aimed for the back pylon and let Kmet run under it, but he doesn't. He underthrows it, and it ends up in an interception and a Packers win. But some of the discourse that's been going on about this play, I just kind of disagree. Caleb can't run for it. DJ Moore's not open. Could you argue that the Bears should have just ran the ball and get it on 4th and 1? Yes, you can. But like I just showed you, Kyle Monangai got stuffed for a 0-yard gain. You think that the Packers are going to commit to this run. You think that maybe this play action pass is going to work. It's a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. If this play works, everyone's going to be calling Ben Johnson a genius. Caleb Williams is the best, but it doesn't work. So now everyone has to question whether this play call is the right play call. I agree with this play call. I think Caleb Williams is the best player on this team. Why take the ball out of his hand by running a ball? You want to have him the ability. You want to give him the ability to either run it and or throw it. This is the best play that Ben Johnson thought would give him that opportunity. It worked earlier in the game. It worked against Philly. So you think that it's going to work again. Unfortunately, he just came up short this game. It's tough. It's a tough way to lose. But the future's bright for this Bears team. This loss is a hard loss, but it's not the same loss of pass against the Packers. I believe the Bears are going to bounce back, find a way to win against the Browns, and then in the rematch in 2 weeks, I think they're going to find a way to beat the Packers. Please find a way to beat the Packers. Anyways, if you made it this far, thank you all so much for watching. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, bear down, Chicago Bears.